Hey riders, welcome back to the channel. So today was the last day of Daytona Bike Week 2022. It was a very wet week. Look at, we're right now at Cabbage Patch. You can definitely see it literally rained all week long. And it's not like your typical Florida where it rains a little bit in the afternoon and that's it. When I tell you that it rained literally every single day, multiple times a day. To make matters worse, it literally was cold. I would say starting around Wednesday or Thursday, the temperature started to drop little by little, where around Friday, Saturday, they were already dropping down into the 60s and 50s, and then Sunday, today being the last day, this morning we woke up, it was in the 30 degrees. So not your typical bike week by all means. So I was talking to one of the guys and he said that he did about half of the business that he typically does on a typical bike week. So people like him are the ones that suffer, because he said basically most of his yearly revenue, or he said about a quarter to half of his yearly revenue, comes from bike weeks. So the fact that it literally rains so much, I mean, it's unfortunate. So but overall for me, it wasn't that bad. I was able to come to a couple of days here and there. Yeah, there was a ton of rain, but I was able to go to Honda. I was able to demo a couple of bikes. I demoed the Honda Goldwing, the 2022 Standard. I also demoed the NC750X. That was one motorcycle that I was dying to ride, the DCT model, and I also was able to ride the Honda Rebel DCT as well. So that was good. I was also able to make it down to Sky Power Sports in Sanford, and was able to ride a couple of Royal Enfield. I rode the Himalayan, I rode the INT 650, I rode the Meteor 350. Out of Royal Enfield, I gotta tell you that I was really surprised by the way the Meteor rode. The INT also rode really nicely, and I gotta say, when you look at the price point of the INT 650 compared to, let's say, similar competitors, you have the Triumph with their Bonneville, their Thurston, you have Kawasaki with their W800. I gotta say that the INT from Royal Enfield actually surprised me. I mean, you have that low end torque. It's a lighter motorcycle than you would find with either your W800 or you will find with your Bonneville. It was one of those things that you definitely are able to, it's one thing to read about it, it's one thing to see videos about it, but once you're able to actually ride them for yourself, you're able to see. And what's really surprising was the price point of those motorcycles. They're gonna have a very friendly price point when you compare them to either your W800 or you compare them to your to Triumph. So the price is gonna be a little bit over $5,000 versus you compare your your Kawasaki W800 or your Triumph Bonneville, which are going to be again into the $7,000 to $10,000 range. I was also lucky enough to be able to go to Indian at the Speedway, and was able to ride the Indian Pursuit, which is their latest venture. I was also able to ride the Indian FTR 1200. Unfortunately, there was a clown on one of the days of Bike Week. The guy was telling me that he put it in sport mode. He was not very used to riding motorcycles, and what happened was he ended up actually totaling one of the FTRs they had there, one of the FTRs 1200 carbon, which, if you know, that's going to be a almost $17,000 motorcycle. So after that, since the Scout and your FTR 1200 share the same engine and same basically settings for sport, standard, and rain, now all FTR 1200s as well as your Indian Scout, they're going to be guided toward, which sucks. Indian is the only manufacturer that actually lets you take motorcycles out on your own. The same thing with Slingshot. You're able to take those motorcycles out on your own and actually just ride them and actually see how they are, when you're on a guided ride, it's really difficult to really mess with the electronics, because you're going stop and go, and you have to follow the leader, otherwise you're gonna stay behind. So that's one of the things that I like about Indian. So hopefully these accidents like that don't keep happening. I hope they're able to keep providing those self-guided tours versus having you follow somebody like all the other manufacturers, because that's one great thing I like about Indian. You're able to take either the Indian or their slingshot on a self-guided ride. They basically give you the the turning points and you make it back, which is good. It lets you actually test and feel the motorcycle, or that you're trying to buy. But overall it was a great week. Besides the constant rain that we got, besides the changes in temperature, it was a great week. Anytime you're able to come to the speedway and see what's going on, see all the different models, if you're into custom, this is going to be one of the great weeks. There's going to be a lot of shops that they're going to be doing custom lighting, custom, they even do body work. They do a lot of them. They're able to provide even engine service. I saw one over there that they were doing the cams, and they actually had a guy over there that he was getting a full don't ask me how, he was getting a partially engine rebuild. So again, anytime you're able to come to a place like this and you're able to have your motorcycle service, and then you wait while you're getting a service, that's going to be a great thing. This over here is going to be the New Smyrna Speedway. Here they were doing KTM was over here, but I wasn't able to make it just because work schedule. But KTM was doing a ride over here. So guys, I mean, it's one of those things I would definitely recommend. If you're able to come to Daytona one year, you're able to enjoy it for yourself, and you're able to see how how bike week works. So now we are heading home. Unfortunately, due to all the rain and the changes in weather, most of the stuff that would have been happening till late afternoon today on a Sunday was cut short. So for example, the guy was telling me that the coleslaw wrestling was cut till yesterday. They were not going to do it today because of there's other changes in weather and temperature. I asked one of the guys from the Wall of Death, because he said the same thing. They were not expecting large crowds because of your changes in weather and rain, and he was right. There was really not a whole lot going on today compared to last year when I came. Today was still very much buzzing to around 3 or 4. Right now it's 15 after 3, and it's extremely quiet. So guys, this is set for today. What I'm going to start doing now in the next week or so, I'm going to start uploading content from Bike Week. It's hard to be able to record and upload the next day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be uploading some content for Bike Week for the next week or so, probably a couple of weeks, and then later on I'm going to start posting my demo rides from Honda, from Royal Enfield, from Indian. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, just give it a thumbs up so the algorithm knows it's good, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.
Yeah.